Cancer 3. A man all bundled up in a fur, leading a shaggy deer. Strange image. It's an outdoorsman. A man who is against the elements, surviving through the strength of his will. So this degree is all about the approach that we have to dealing with challenges and strengthening the will. The common attitude to life is towards the optimization of comfort. We tend to think that more money and more things and more beautiful clothes and a better car and all of these trappings of wealth would be a sufficient motivation for us to get on with our lives and have experiences and do the necessary. And we approach life as though the first thing to do is to overcome hardship and establish ourselves in a comfortable home with a comfortable job and a comfortable family and so on. And having done that, we've done it. That's it. We've won the race. It's just not a realistic attitude to life. That's not the purpose of spirit. The spirit did not incarnate in order to be comfortable. It's absurd, isn't it? What we're doing when we invest our life in comfort is denying the essence part of us. Life is not about comfort. Comfort is appropriate temporarily as rest and recuperation. And yet we're on a journey, and the journey is not furthered by comfort. The journey is furthered by struggle, overcoming, and dealing with challenges, coping with uncertainty. This degree promotes the idea that the purpose of life is to strengthen our will. Will is a very mysterious force. It's hard to describe what it is. It's that which gives us sufficient motivation to overcome difficulties in order to fulfill our purposes or desires. It is mysterious. It's possible to develop it, however, and the traditional way of developing anything is to need to use it. Here we have an example then of putting ourselves in a position where we need to use our will. And we do this willingly because we want to develop will in the understanding that we can perfect our life better with a stronger will. Life is an adventure. And also, adventure is life. Adventure means that we don't know what's going to happen next. It's dangerous. It's uncertain. We certainly don't know whether or not we're going to be comfortable when we're in an adventure. Possibly we don't know even if we're going to survive it. This is why travel is such an important aspect of our spiritual program. And by travel, I mean going somewhere which is well outside of our comfort zone, where we have to give up our habits, where we have to be uncomfortable a little bit, sometimes a lot, where we have to meet strangers or people we don't like, or people who don't like us, or people with guns and people who want to steal our stuff. We have to deal with all of that and find a way to survive that. And we do that only by strengthening the will. There are other features as well that we must also use. Creative thinking is one of them, and not getting too caught up in our emotions is another. The idea that will is enough is not quite right, but will is a necessary condition, even if not a sufficient condition, for coping with adventure. And as I say, life is an adventure. We need will. Those of us who have a strong sense of purpose in life need to stoke up our will in order to achieve it. And typically, once we've achieved our goal, we'll have the need for another goal and another and another. We don't ever reach the horizon of our vision. We only ever approach it. And as we approach it, we come across challenges, sometimes really big challenges, big life challenges, and we have to develop the will to cope. It requires will in order to do the right thing. What do they call them? Temptations. The temptations we have in life demand of us that we exercise strong will. And those temptations typically are to move us into comfort. The comfort of a relationship or a meal, or just sitting around when the garden needs some attention or whatever. We normally are tempted into comforts. And the will is necessary to overcome that temptation and get on with our lives, get on with doing the thing that we need to do. By doing this, and this is perhaps the deepest secret of this teaching, we develop inner resources, we develop power. And with those resources, with that power, we achieve more. We can further our desires, we can further our life vision. And without that power, we could not. So we're talking about the difference here between being powerful and powerless, generally, in life. It's suggested, therefore, that we put ourselves in harm's way occasionally, that we take on challenges that stretch us to the limit occasionally, and we deal with that. And we find that we can. The spirit of humanity that's accessible through this exercise is indomitable. We're unbeatable. This is how we feel. Whatever challenge we have, we're up to it. We can do that thing. And it's available to anyone who wants to claim it. But the claiming of it is work, hard work, work beyond which you have not measured yourself before. This is the secret of this degree.